Everywhere you look, someone's screaming the same thing.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
AI is already whacking corporate jobs.
AI is doing 30 to 50% of the work at Salesforce
There's
now.
no question artificial intelligence will remake the workplace.
And if that wasn't enough, a Yale economist has taken that fear one step further. In his research paper, which is titled "We Won't Be Missed," he didn't just predict it, he mathematically proved a world where the economy explodes without humans being needed in it. When I first saw this on Twitter, honestly, it freaked me out a little. They're calling it the AGI economy. The economy that grows forever, but you and I, we are not part of it. We are very glad to be part of the 01 Media Network by Zerodha. AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. Not the AI we have today that writes emails or generates images. We are talking about machines, computers, or even physical robots that can learn, reason, experiment, and adapt. Exactly like humans, maybe better. Restropo's model says once AGI exists, all economically valuable work can be done with compute power and not with human labor. I'll explain a little later in this video what this compute actually is. The economist divides all human work into two buckets. First is the bottleneck work, the essential tasks that drive economic growth, like building infrastructure, scientific research, energy systems, logistics. Second is the supplementary work, which is everything else. Art, hospitality, therapy, the things that make life rich but don't directly move the GDP needle. In this model, once compute takes over the bottleneck tasks, the one that actually matter for growth, humans simply aren't needed anymore. You see, GDP sounds technical, but it's very simple. In simple terms, it's the total output an economy is able to produce in a year. It looks something like this, where Y is equal to total output, which is the GDP, A is equal to productivity level, K stands for capital, which is machines, factories, money. L stands for labor, which is human work. But now, according to this research paper, in the world of AGI, this equation will look somewhat like Y is equal to A multiplied by Q, where A is the algorithmic efficiency, or in other simpler terms, it's productivity of compute, and Q stands for total compute available. It's a scientific proof that the world can grow infinitely richer even if not a single human works another day in their life. And that's unsettling, but somewhat true. And if you are trying to grow your career in the next decade, you might want to get into companies and roles that benefit from this equation. One of the structured ways to do that is to join the GrowthX community. You will find people, content, and even AI credits to help you integrate AI into your workflows. Over 4,500 people from companies like TikTok, Lovable, Meta, Google, SarvamAI are part of the community. These are people you can trust, learn from, and build with. The community is of course not open to everyone, but if you want to check if you're eligible, there's a link in the description. Now, before you panic and start prepping for a jobless future, let me share a piece of history that completely reframes this entire conversation. When Mr. Henry Ford released the first car advertisement, you know what it didn't mention? Speed. People didn't switch from horses to cars because cars were faster. They switched because London was literally drowning in horse manure. Funny, I know. A single horse produced around 20 pounds of manure every single day, and it created a massive waste management problem. Cities like New York had thousands of horses. It generated hundreds of tons of waste daily. It contaminated streets and water supplies. Also, by the way, it was absolutely expensive to remove all this manure every day. Now, cars solved this waste problem. They didn't actually solve the speed problem. Just because some technology is fancy doesn't mean people will start adopting it. They will only adopt if the new way of doing it will be more cost effective than whatever they're using right now. And that's exactly where this Yale model misses reality. Yes, compute can replace human labor, in theory at least, but only if compute itself can scale infinitely. And here's the problem, it can't, not even close. You see, right now the total world population is 8 billion people. Out of them, 3.5 billion people are part of workforce. To replace them, we will need a compute equivalent to 1.7 trillion NVIDIA H100 class GPUs, which, let me tell you, is the most advanced GPU ever made by humankind. And today, the entire planet has under 10 million AI class GPUs in active use. So we are short of roughly 100,000 times. Even if the algorithms existed, we don't have the hardware, energy, or the infrastructure to make that real anytime soon. Data centers are running out of space. Energy grids can't keep up. Every single AI query burns electricity. And even tech giants like OpenAI and Anthropic are losing money on inference costs. And that is why 95% of the AI companies are losing money. And big giants like OpenAI, Meta, Google, and Microsoft have enough money to burn through this. Sure, we are building underwater data centers, orbital computing, next-gen infrastructure, but those are still years away, maybe decades away from scale. So here's the irony the model misses. Before compute can replace humans still have to build the compute. We are not out of the equation. We are just entering a new one. This is the part everyone misses when they panic about AI. Jobs don't vanish. They transform around the infrastructure. High-paying jobs like engineering don't retire. They become energy system architects. They will design the infrastructure that powers the compute. Marketers will evolve into human preference architects. They will shape how billions of people interact with AI systems. And project managers will become cross-domain orchestrators. These people who connect AI systems, human teams, and business outcomes. The work shifts from doing the task to designing, guiding, and maintaining the systems that do the actual work. The Yale paper, it's a warning, but it's also a roadmap because he's right about one thing. The rules are changing. The scarce resource isn't labor anymore. It's not even compute. It's human judgment, trust, and adaptability. The winners in the AGI economy won't be the ones who resist this change. They'll be the ones who evolve fast enough to lead it.